WWE Crown Jewel just wrapped up, and I will say this was one of the best Crown Jewel shows I might have ever witnessed in my entire life. I think it was the best Crown Jewel show out of the many we've gotten over the past few years. I think moving it from Saudi Arabia to Perth was a great move. I think we should move Crown Jewel like every year to a different country, or maybe England or some, I don't know, different country, and not keep it in Saudi Arabia strictly, because it doesn't really matter, because it's still being sponsored by Riyadh season, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but I think I like it keeping it here in Perth. Also, I did not. By the way, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I did not wake up early to watch this. I woke up about like 10:30, so basically when the show was over, I woke up to watch it. So yeah, but but before they actually started the show, they showed the Crown Jewels titles being transported from Perth, or from Saudi Arabia to Perth, Australia. Like they actually mean something. They clearly don't mean something. They're basically just a big piece of metal that nobody truly cares about, except Riyadh and WWE, allegedly. Again, nobody cares. Nobody cares about these titles. They're just trash. They're a piece of trash. And they're way too big. I'm just gonna tell you, they're way too entirely big. So yeah. And then they played the video package where they was narrated by Rhea Ripley, and they just showed all the countries that they've been to. And yeah. I don't know why. Also, they showed the U.S., which I don't know why. Because if they were talking about crowds, the U.S. is the worst crowd. Except if you're talking about Chicago. And that's pretty much it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's get into it. Now it's time to officially get into the Australian street fight. Yes, the Australian street fight. Why are they be naming these street fights the name of the country they're in? I don't really know, but do I care? Not really. But everything is Australian in tonight's show since they're in Perth, Australia. Just makes sense logically if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, since we were in Perth, Australia, it was the Australian street fight. And I won't lie, I would love to see more Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns matches, because every time they have a match, they end up cooking, right? Just like this episode. Not this episode. It's basically an episode of Crown Jewel. But yeah, Roman Reigns takes out Bronson Reed, of course, getting him out of the ring. They're hitting him with a drive-by, which we haven't seen Roman do in a while. So that's pretty nice to see Roman hit a drive-by on big boy Bronson Reed. Big Bronson Reed, not big boy. Don't like that. Did not like that. You know what I'm saying? I did not like that. But they went into the crowd. Roman grabbed a cricket bat when they came back. He also threw cricket balls. I don't know if they're called cricket balls, but I'm just gonna call them cricket balls. I should be calling them footballs, because they look more of like a football than anything else. But it was a cricket ball. And then, we just started seeing Roman wham Bronson Reed with a cricket bat, even hitting like a golf club to Bronson Reed's stomach. So yeah, hopefully Bronson Reed's stomach is fine. He also hit a Samoan drop on a steel chair with Bronson Reed on his shoulders. Makes sense though. So yeah. And then Reed got tired of beating up and hit Roman with a Death Valley driver, aka a Sean Spear C4. Whatever you like to call it. I personally like calling it a C4. Easier to remember, but it's a Death Valley driver. Roman was going for a spear, right? He was going for a spear. And then all of a sudden, Bronson Reed gets out of the way because he didn't want to get hit with a spear. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like actually like a normal person. But then, when Roman tried to go with the spear on the outside, he got caught by Braun Breaker. And then B&B security were fully together and they started beating up the pound out of Roman Reigns. Then, of course, Roman Reigns gets put through the announce table by B&B security. Just normal stuff. Eventually, the Usos come out to help Roman taking out B&B security. But it didn't really last long until B&B security got the upper hand on Jay and Jimmy, where they took each other out. Where we saw a spear from Jay. We saw Braun Breaker hit a spear on Jimmy, I believe. And then also hit a spear on Jimmy, taking him out for a little bit. And then Roman Reigns got tired of seeing his cousins get beat up, so he hit a Superman punch on Bronson Reed when Bronson Reed was going for a tsunami on Jey Uso, which did not do pretty good, if you ask me, because when Bronson Reed tried to put Roman Reigns through the Slim Jim Slim Jim table, like do a Death Valley driver through it. Roman Reigns fought out, almost put Bronson Reed through it, but then when Jay was about to hit a spear on Bronson Reed through a table, he accidentally hit Roman. Roman got sent through a table, and yeah, he got sent through a table pretty bad, and that didn't work out because Jay got hit out with a spear after that by Braun Breaker, leading to Roman Reigns getting hit with the tsunami by Bronson Reed for the 1, a 2, and a 3, and Bronson Reed gets his win over Roman Reigns. So yeah, that was pretty big and exciting and something that not everyone was expecting to see. I personally thought Roman was going to win this. So yeah. And then Roman was just getting mad about Jimmy and Jay getting in the way. He said to not get in the storyline, and they did not listen. And I guess they're uninvited from the tribal Halloween party and the tribal Thanksgiving, and he doesn't want to see them until the tribal Christmas party. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Why is it tribal? I don't really know, but it's apparently tribal. I'm just gonna go with it. It was time for the Crown Jewel Women's Championship, where the Women's World Champion in Stephanie Kerr took on the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton. You heard that right. Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Kerr in Stephanie's first singles match as, I think, the Women's Champion. This match was pretty good. As you see in the beginning of the match, Stephanie and Tiffy were doing grapples in the beginning, because, they both got that graps. I don't think Tiffany does, though. I don't know. I don't think she does. I just don't think she does. Don't think she does. But we did see Tiffany Stratton hit her classic old Alabama Slammer. Like normals. She also did the zesty pin with it as well, but Stephanie kicked out, so yeah, that went well. But of course we've seen Stephanie Kerr hit her classic move where she literally could break someone's knee. She did the dragon screw in the corner, a little bit over there on Tiffany Stratton. Then Tiffany Stratton went for her famous Swanton Bomb, where she delays her dive for like another 3 seconds than she actually needs to be. We've all seen it. I always get scared when she does it because I think she's about to land on her head or some type of stuff. But it did not happen. Did not happen. She did the Swanton Bomb and landed on the, like, right here in the back of her neck. On to Stephanie's knees, which still looked painful as hell. So, don't do that again, Tiffany. I just suggest you don't do it. So I don't think it's safe for you. Personally, I don't think it's safe for you. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm wrong. What happened next? It hit a devil's kiss after. Of course, Tiffany got hit with the devil's kiss by Stephanie Vaquer, as normal. Then got hit with the SVB. Stephanie Vaquer, bomb. But Tiffany kicked out somehow and went for the PME, the prettiest moonsault ever. But did not happen, but Stephanie hit the spiral tap for the 1, 2, 3. And your Crown Jewel Women's Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. Pretty sure this was also the shortest match. I could be wrong. I think it is the shortest match. Which, honestly, I feel like it could get a little bit longer. Could have gone a little bit longer. Didn't have really much that note to take up about it. I also, in the beginning of the match, was, like, may or may have not been watching a YouTube video. Or I was distracted. I forget. Okay, I'll be completely honest. I was watching the match, and then I had Santi's Zaps live stream up, to watch it with someone. And I got distracted and started using ChatGPT to write something. So, yeah, honestly, I got a little distracted. So, not my fault. Hey, let's be honest. The commercial breaks are just way too short. They should have gone an hour plus. I'm saying, way too long. Way too long. Not my fault. Commercial breaks were too short. But it doesn't really matter. So, yeah. And the greatest of all time, the last real champion, John Cena, to take on the definition of total non-stop action. And the ultimate leader of the Bullet Club, AJ Styles. And this match was very fun. Very, very fun. Because we did see AJ Styles come out in his original gear that he wore back in his TNA days. We also saw John Cena get his intro cued. He also had that special intro for AJ Styles that was like the definition of total non-stop action. The ultimate leader or something, Bullet Club. The phenomenal AJ Styles. Which, by the way, if AJ Styles has a phenomenal retirement tour, get it? Phenomenal retirement tour? Anyway, if he does do a retirement tour, what we saw here, we need in every single AJ Styles match. The phenomenal AJ Styles. Also, AJ Styles, I'm going to call it right now, will retire at the Saturday Night's main event. We've seen it happen. We're seeing it with Goldberg. We've seen it with John Cena. We're about to see it with John Cena. AJ Styles could be the third person to retire at Saturday Night's main event. It's going to happen. Quote me on it. Gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, I don't know what happened. It's gonna be. It's not my fault. It's still not fault. It's not my fault. So yeah. But this match was very cooking because AJ starts cooking John Cena with some doing drop kicks and type of stuff like that. But we did say when AJ was going to do something, he got caught with a clothesline by John Cena. John Cena at the 5 moves of doom tried for another move, but then attitude adjustment. But AJ caught him with his fireman's carry where he drops them on the back of the head on their knee. You know what I'm talking about. That thing where where it hits the knee or their head hits right here. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you do. It doesn't matter. But we did end up seeing let's see. Huh? Bro, these notes I took makes no sense. I don't understand. Like I'm also not even in camera angle. What type of bull is this? Oh my god! I don't care. I'm not president. Whew. I'm telling you, this is a stressful job, man. So yeah. Anyway, then Cena hits the skull-crushing finale, because we already know that he's heard the Miz trying to get a match. They just shouldn't have a match. By the way, they really shouldn't. Really should not. So yeah. But then Cena hit the STF. After that, when AJ went for the Styles Clash, AJ and John just started spamming a bunch of old callbacks to submissions, like the Coquina Clutch from Samoa Joe, the Accolade from Rusev, the Walls of Jericho from Chris Jericho, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then when Styles went for the Phenomenal Forearm, Cena countered him into a Sister Abigail, calling back to the legendary Bray Wyatt. Not gonna lie, it was kind of cooking. Not gonna lie, we even saw John Cena get a little emotional there when he looked up and he saw that he did it. That's for you, Bray. That's for you. What else happened? Yeah, and then AJ Styles decided to hit the Angel Wings, a Christopher Daniels move. He also hit the Hangman Adam Page's Deadeye type finisher, which was pretty crazy. Then we saw Cena hit Randy's moves, the hanging DDT, and of course the legendary RKO to AJ Styles. Then he somehow decided to go with a crazy move that nobody ever expected. When Styles hit that AA, of course, John Cena kicked out. Then John Cena decided to go for 619, but he got caught by AJ Styles. AJ Styles hit the 450 splash onto John Cena, then hit the Sweet Chin Music, but Cena kicked out. Then AJ went for the Phenomenal Forearm, and then we all thought it was over until John Cena kicked out. John Cena must pose. He can never lose. Then when Cena went for Avalanche AA, Cena got out of it, but then when he tried to do a crossbody, Cena caught him with the Mark Henry spot, that's what it's called, into a tombstone pile driver, calling back to the legend when AJ Styles retired the legendary Undertaker. Then hit him with the Attitude Adjustment for the 1, 2, 3, and John Cena gets his 100th PLE victory, I think. Maybe 99, 100, I think. His 100th PLE win and the end of the chapter of the Styles Cena feud. That's it. That's it, folks. That's it, folks. From this feud, we'll no longer see any single matches with these two. And this was the best match of the entirety of the show. You could say it was Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. We'll get into that later. But I think this was just so good not to be. This was one of the match of the year for me. For me, especially the year, because when we do the Nick Wrestling Slammies, yeah, don't forget about that. The Nick Wrestling Slammies is coming. Do not forget about that. Do not forget about that. We did last year. We're gonna do this year again. So yeah. What happened? Where am I at? I don't know. I don't really know, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at in life. So yeah, that's it. Great classic match between two legendary people who John Cena's career is coming to end this year, and AJ Styles' career is ending next year. Hometown hero Rhea Ripley and Io Sky take on the Kabuki Warriors in Perth, Australia. And Legendary. Well, I don't even know what happened. Anyway, Asuka and Kairi started attacking Rhea and Io in the beginning of the match before it even started. But then Io and Asuka, during when they finally get the figure out what's happening, they got into each other's faces and started going for cuckoo for Cocos, as you all know. But then Rhea got thrown into the steel steps by Kairi and Asuka after a long battle. You know what I'm saying? The Io hit the moonsault on Kairi Sane, but Asuka saved the match, so it would not be ruined like Asuka thought it was going to be ruined. I don't really know how that works, though, so, yeah. But also, we cannot forget that Rhea got hit with the Asuka and Kairi finisher, tag team finisher, the stupid insane elbow, back like DDT, inverted DDT thing. But Io saved the match this time for her team to save it, because we know we didn't want anything bad to happen to Io or Rhea. You know what I'm saying? Can't not have Rhea Ripley be losing in Perth. You know, Rhea must pose in Australia. But then Kairi tagged in after Asuka got thrown to the outside. Kairi pushed Asuka out of the way to get hit with a Rhea Ripley boot. Rhea Ripley dragged Kairi back in the ring, hit Kairi with a Riptide and then a moonsault from Io Sky, putting away the Kabuki Warriors for the 1, 2, 3, and winning in Perth, Australia, and winning in Crown Jewel. And of course, you can't have the hometown hero lose. Again, Rhea Ripley must pose. What also is going to pose is Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins in the men's Crown Jewel Championship title match. And this match, I'm not going to lie, was absolute fire. Every time we see Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins step into a ring together, they end up having one of the best matches of the year. This is going to be in one of the contenderships for my best match of the year at Nick Wrestling Slammies. I'm telling you right now, we're going to have the Nick Wrestling Slammies in December. I'm going to make a community post when it's happening. But trust me, it's going to happen. Trust me on that. But Seth realizes he was not better than Cody Rhodes, the ultimate undisputed champion, the GOAT of WWE. He realized he was garbage compared to the GOAT, Cody Rhodes, and he got frustrated early and left the ring. And then when Seth got back in the ring, Cody literally owned him. He owned him. He did a disaster kick to the outside on Seth Rollins, sending Seth Rollins to the outside of the floor, and he just got more mad. He even got so mad at one point, he grabbed Michael Cole and said, "I'm better than Cody Rhodes, you loser!" Literally what happened. Literally what happened. I'm not joking. Look at it. Look. It's not me just saying it. Sports Illustrated saying it. Becky Lynch is saying it. I'm not the one only saying it. Now, I'm not the only one saying it. Not the only one saying it. Not the only one saying it, buddy, old pal. Not the one only saying it. Can't convince me I'm not. But he also knocks over the Prime Balls to get to the barricade so he could do a double stomp on the back of Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes got taken out by Seth Rollins there on the outside. Then Cody went for a disaster kick, but somehow Seth Rollins turned it into a powerbomb, which was nice. Not gonna lie. Seth mocked Dusty trying to do the bionic elbow, but before the elbow could connect to Cody's head, Cody started hitting the punches, boom, boom, boom. But he couldn't even hit the bionic elbow properly until before getting interrupted by Seth Rollins. But yeah, then Seth Rollins turned into a figure 4 leg lock. After Cody got out of it, he hit a vertebreaker on Seth Rollins, paying homage to Shane Helms, a.k.a. the Hurricane. So yeah. And then Cody started hitting his comeback moves with a disaster kick. And then all of a sudden we see Seth Rollins hit a beautiful Australian enziguri with an Australian pedigree. But then he also hit a Australian crossroads. It's Australian. Didn't make it up. That's what. I'm not the only one saying it. Perth Australia is saying it. Sports Illustrated say it. Not me just saying it. And then when Cody went for the Super Cody Cutter, he missed when Seth moved out of the way. Got hit with the stomp for the 1, 2. Ooh, it's only a 2 count, buddy. It's only a 2 count, buddy. You know we can't have this happening. Then Seth grabbed the watch that he got gifted from Cody Rhodes after WrestleMania 40. But then Seth realizes he's too good. He can't use it. He put it down the apron and got back in the ring, letting Super Cody to hit the Super Cody Cutter. And then the Crossroads, which somehow only got to a 1, 2, because Rollins kicked out at the 2 count. But then Seth set Cody upside down in the corner and hit a awesome headbutt coast to coast. Never seen a day in my life. Not even gonna lie. I don't understand how that happened. Then Seth hit a Spanish fly on to Cody Rhodes. Then into a rock bottom for the 1, 2. Ooh, where Cody Rhodes somehow and still kicked out of it. And then, somehow, someway, Cody Rhodes hit an avalanche crossroads, which I thought you could only do when you have, like, action figures and you set it up on the rope and you just throw them off. Literally, that sounds like literally a WWE move. I did not think it was possible until we saw it here in real life. I didn't even understand how the thing was, but now thinking about it, it actually makes sense. The guy who's giving it stands on the black part of the ring, the thing that keeps the turnbuckle to the post, and then the other guy just stands on the ropes and just flips on his side or stomach. So yeah, honestly, not that hard to think about to do. Maybe to do, but to flip it, never mind. And then, somehow, Seth still got the 1, 2. He kicked out. Cody didn't even win. I'm surprised. Cody should be the 2-time Crown Jewel champion. Should be. Sam. But then, Seth, when he was about to get hit with the pedigree by Cody Rhodes, the GOAT, he grabbed the watch. And then when Cody was trying to put him in the crossroads, he fought out and he accidentally hit the referee in the nuts, letting Cody Rhodes got the crossroads position in, but then Seth punched Cody Rhodes in the face with the watch on his knuckles, and Cody Rhodes falls back, letting Seth Rollins hit a stomp and a super stomp that Cody sold super well for the 1, 2, 3. And your new Crown Jewel champion, Seth frickin' Rollins. Seth Rollins beats Cody Rhodes for the first time since never. Actually, Cody Rhodes has always beaten Seth Rollins. First time in his career that Seth Rollins has beaten Cody Rhodes, and ends the 3-0 streak, and now it's 3-1. 3-1. Cody's going 4-1. Oh, you heard what I said? Yeah. But then, after the end of the match where Seth was celebrating, he grabbed the microphone from, I believe it was Kathy Kelly or Jackie Redmond. Forget which one it was. I think it was because I think they switched. I think it was Jackie this time around. I think this was Kathy because Jackie did the women's one, I think. I could be wrong. One of them, they switched off on one of them. I don't remember. Or my memory's just that bad, I don't remember. Anyway, Seth called himself the GOAT of not just his generation, but of all time. Which is crazy. Which is just a crazy statement to say, you know what I'm saying? But that is the end of the show. So, what are my overall thoughts about the show? The show itself was phenomenal. Every match was just great. You can't deny the facts of how good this show actually was. The crowd was energized literally the entirety of the show, pretty much. Though it wasn't the loudest crowd of all time, like the French crowd in Paris, but it was still better than any American crowd ever, except Chicago. I'm standing on that. Standing on business about that. I'll give this show a good 8 out of 10 because of yeah. So I'm giving this show a 8 out of 10 because I liked it. Not gonna lie, just phenomenal. My favorite match of the night was, of course, John Cena versus AJ Styles. Because why is it not your favorite match? Anyway, I just thought it was phenomenally awesome. Get it? Phenomenal. Awesome. Come on. Laugh. My bad. I know that was very corny. But it was phenomenally awesome. But yeah, what do you guys think about Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia? Down in the comments below. Anyway, that's what I have, guys, for today. Hit the subscribe button on your way out, and like the video down below as well. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.